What up, guys? Here's another airdrop opportunity to start farming. They just started the point system, and also I do find it quite on the farm. So you don't really need a lot of capital to get some points and also have a pretty good ranking. So this is Extended. Extended is a per platform built by some team members from Revolut, which is a pretty huge project, like really huge. So I'm hoping or betting that they can replicate somewhat the same success. Even if it is 10%, dude, that would be amazing. So what's good on Extended is that they started the point system on April 30th. So that means 3 weeks ago. Points are also capped at 1.2 million. And as we have seen before, whenever it is capped, the more you wait to start using it, the harder it will be for you to get some points. So for example, Paradex, I think the first time that I mentioned Paradex, it was back in 2024. Back then, it was quite easy for you to get 10,000 points, 5,000 points with just a few trades. Nowadays, dude, even with 100K volume, it is still quite hard for you to get points. Still worth it, but way harder for you to get points. So what I'm trying to do here is to be as early as possible, try to push some volume, and try to get also as many points as possible, because right now it is easy. So when it comes to points, the way we get points, it is obviously by trading. So any trade that you place, it doesn't really matter the amount. If you're using limit orders or market orders or any pairs, you're still going to be receiving some points. As usual, we need to avoid wash trading, so opening a trade and closing it right away, because you're not going to be getting as many points as you should if you leave your trades open for some time. Number two, usually on most platforms, if you trade anything outside of BTC and ETH, you should be also be getting more points than just trading the big pairs. So if you are okay with a little bit of more volatility, then you can use smaller pairs because you should be getting more points. Now, we also have providing liquidity, which is not really what you're thinking, like adding money into a liquidity pair, but what you're doing is adding money to the spread. That's the name, spread. So for example, right here we have Kaito, which is at 1.98. So what you want to do is create a limit order below the price. So you're effectively adding some money to the spread. So instead of you just opening a position with market order and taking whatever price that is available, you would just open a limit order, set up a price below it so you can add to the spread. Now, this only works if it is kind of close to the price. So for example, if I open a position at 1.97, then it should be good. But obviously, if I open a position at 0.5, obviously it makes no sense because there is no trading activity at that price. So the closer it is, the better it will be. And obviously, the longer you can stay there, it will be even better. But for trading, when it comes to adding liquidity, if you're doing BTC or ETH, it needs to be a minimum of $2,000. So that means if you have 200 bucks, you would use a 10x for you to create that position. Now, if you want to use less funds or a smaller position, you can just use whatever that is outside of BTC and ETH. So one is Kaito, it is not BTC, it is not ETH. So you can just effectively create a position for $400 with a limit order. That is, again, for you to get your points for trading and also for liquidity. And lastly, we have vaults, which is similar to every single platforms, every single perp. You add some money and then you're going to be making some APR on it. Right now, it is capped at 5.5 million, already full. So there is no options right now for you to add funds. But I read, or someone told me, that they're using an anti-well mechanism. So even if you add a good chunk of money into it, you're not going to be earning that many points. So what they're trying to do is that sometimes we have wells that they come with maybe 500K, $1 million, they add it, and then they get a shit ton of points by just adding some funds and not really using the platform. So just focus on trading, on Liquidity, and whenever it is available, if you want to throw maybe $100, $200 into the vault, then you can also do it. But I would just focus on trading. So when it comes to this example right here, which is trading, as you can see, it is added right in the middle. So the minimum eligible order is 2K for BTC and ETH, 400 for the other markets. Tight order must be within 20 BPS mid-market spread, or for BTC and ETH, and within 40 BPS. I'm going to show you in just a second how you can calculate that. Consistent, so you need to be, the longer you stay in the order book, it will be better. And also point allocation per market is dynamically adjusted based on trading volume. Okay, so obviously don't choose a shit coin for you to add some money. Referring, then there is some points, earn up to 1.5 for every 6 point earned by referred users. And basically that's it. They also distributed some points for early participation, but I didn't, I just started using it. So first week, I added some volume, 13K was my total. I burned around $5 because I was just opening and closing the trades just to test the platform out to see how quick it was, how much money I was going to burn. So obviously it wasn't the best strategy, but I just wanted to make sure that I had some some volume in that platform. So my total points 9, which is not a lot, but look at my rank. With just 13K volume, my rank is already 1.2K. So not bad at all. And again, I was just opening and closing some trades. Obviously, now that I have some information about it, that we should be getting more points if we use limit orders. That's what I'm gonna do. So we would come here for the limit orders. Right now, Kaito is at 1.97. So what you could do is just use mid, and now it is adding the amount for you. You can also do this, last, and mid. So mid is an option if you want to drop it down maybe a little bit. Then you have the option right here. If I do 100%, max buy is 411. So again, that is enough for me to create my position. I go again mid, just gonna do 97.3 for the example. Buy, then right here I have my order. Open orders. If I want to change my price, I can also do it. If I want to change my size, I can do it. Take profit, stop loss, and then I can cancel if I want to. So basically that's it. And obviously, I'm not saying that you should just open some position, open some orders and never get filled. You still need to trade. You still need to add some volume. But at the moment, it is just quite easy to get some points. So I do think it is worth it. As usual, just set up a budget. So maybe add $100 to the platform and say, you know what, once I lose or burn $50, I'm done with it. So whatever I can get out of that $50, I'm cool. And then maybe the rest, I'm just gonna add it into the vault. Usually that's how I farm some perps. I just create a budget depending on the size of the platform. Maybe it is a big one. I would say maybe 250, 500, 1,000. It really depends on your budget. And from there, once I reach that amount, I'm not trading anymore. I'm just leaving it into the vault. And obviously another strategy is using Delta, which I have mentioned it many times. I think maybe my previous one or maybe 2 other ones, I don't know. Just check my videos. I do have one on Delta strategy, which is opening a long here for the same amount. So 200 Kaito here, long, and then 200 Kaito short on another platform. So effectively, I'm not really losing that much. I might burn maybe $1 or $2 on fees, and then that's it. But it is way better than losing $100, $500, $1,000 getting liquidated. So yeah, that is the information. Use it as you wish, but then again, try to be early, even if you're not super excited about the platform yet, because they might come with some KOL strategy, some marketing, and then you see everybody talking about it, a lot of people using it, and then points are super hard to get. So there you go. We'll be adding the link in the description as usual. Depositing, it is the same as all the other platforms. You can use Arbitrum or Ethereum. Obviously, go with Arbitrum because it is cheaper, and then you start trading. That's it. As simple as that. There is no information about TGE date, so I don't know when it is going to be. Usually these last for maybe 12 weeks, 16 weeks, or longer. It really depends on them. And after that, we have TGE. For the amount, we also don't know the allocation yet. Most of the time, it is around 10%. So that's it. But again, I'm just trying to be as early as possible. So yeah, there you go. Any questions, any doubts, just let me know. Take care. Bye-bye.